like you're saying. What about making one rank per role? You said you smurf to play other role. Oh, so we had this actually. It's at face value a pretty good idea that actually has some really negative outcomes. So here's a fun design talk. When you're talking about design, a lot of designs, the problems for them are in like the like off outcomes that happen when like you like sort out the game theory of player behavior. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. Example. Some people say, hey, if I am if we're losing the game, we should be able to vote kick the griefer, right? Which at face value seems really good, right? It's like, oh, if there's a griefer in a game, your team vote kicks the griefer, and then you win. And sorry, you don't win, but you don't lose any MMR. The griefer gets punished. Everybody's happy, right? That's an example of that. Question for all of you: what would go wrong with being able to vote kick a griefer? Does anybody know what might possibly go wrong if League of Legends let you vote kick griefers to save your ranked game? Does anybody have any idea? Griefers vote kicking non-griefers, 100% win rate hack. You would kick players who have a bad game. Jungle's not playable. Win trading will be next level bad. Yeah, and so what I'm saying is that there's a lot of like externalities to this decision that cause it like really rough. Like as an example, something that will happen in games that allow you to do this is if players identify there's a woman in the lobby, a lot of girls will often get kicked from lobbies. And then lose the game because they were in quotes griefers, where the reality was they were just existing, right? Or you'll say like, oh, this person is 0-2, kick them, everybody kick them so we can save our MMR, right? So there ends up being like a lot of like really perverse incentives to vote kicking griefers that makes it not the best moderation system for games, and that's like one of the problems, right? So my brain shut down. Rank for every role. Rank for every role. Yeah, thank you. So then let's talk about rank for every role. At face value, that seems really, really good, okay? Because it's like, oh, so I'm going to go play support, and I'm going to get a support game, and I'll get my support rank, and then I'll play mid and get a mid game and get my mid rank, and they're going to be different. It seems pretty good at face value, in theory. But here's one of the big problems. What happens if you get the role you don't care about? Okay, so I'm a support main. I'm trying to climb to diamond on support. And I get mid. And my mid rank doesn't mean anything towards my support rank. And my goal this season is to get to diamond. That's what I'm trying to do. That's all I care about is getting to diamond. What happens if I get put on support? I mean, what if I happens if I get put on a different role? That game is quite literally a waste of my time. And so, if I'm a negative player, I'll run it down. If I'm a positive player, I'll try to win. But at the end of the day, it feels terrible to get put on mid in that situation because that game is literally a waste of my time. And you might say, well, just get rid of autofill. And the problem with that is then we can't actually start games. Like, autofill is a very necessary thing in regards to games actually kicking off. And so we can't just get rid of autofill if we want you to be able to select your roles. And then if you get on a role you don't like, you quite literally do not care about the game. And so that's one of the hard parts about ranked different ranks for different roles. Here's another hard part about it. This is so I know everybody in chat. Let's see how many of you are there. There's about 600 of you in chat right now. I know that the majority of you are 19-year-old college students who don't go to class and don't have a job and just sit in their dorm room 24 hours a day playing League of Legends and drinking gamer fuel. I know that's all of you. I get it. Like, look, me too. That's what I did when I was your age. That's what I did, okay? So, I know that's the majority of you, especially egg yolked. But I want to let you all know that there are other people who play League of Legends. Some of them have jobs. Some of them have families. Some of them have other games they want to play, like Pal World, the Pokemon Sweatshop game, right? Like there is like there is a lot of other players who play the game, not just you, Twitch chat. And the reason I'm getting at that is there's only so many ranked games you can play in a year. Not everybody has the time to play tons of ranked games, but they might want to, play ranked games on like jungle and support, let's say. They want to be a jungler and a support main. And if you separate the MMRs of jungle and support, you have to play twice as many games to rank up your account. And that's actually just not feasible for some players. Like a large number of players, like they only have time to play one account worth of ranked games during a season. And so another problem with separate MMRs for different roles is it just makes it actually like pretty exhausting to like play multiple roles at all. So that's another like externality of it. And so while there's definitely really, really awesome outcomes from multiple MMRs, like as an example, I already mentioned, if I want to play jungle, I kind of need to smurf because I'm so much worse at jungle. If I play jungle on my main, like I feel bad for my teammates. If you were watching the stream yesterday, I got autofilled to mid. And, I did okay early game as mid Morgana, but man, I didn't know what to do in the mid game. Like, I definitely was not contributing to my team very positively once the mid game came around. So, like, and it was just like, yeah, that's because I'm not a diamond level mid player. Like, I play support, right? And so, but what I'm getting at there is it's like, it's definitely valuable to have this idea of different MMRs for different roles. There's definitely positives to it, but it has these negative externalities. And that's what you always got to be thinking about as a game designer is a lot of like suggested ideas, first order, are really good and really solve a lot of problems and are really positive for the game. But then they have these second order outcomes that can be really, really bad for the game that usually circle around like how it incentivizes certain behaviors. Drago Master, thanks for the 5 gift subs. Very nice of you. Congratulations everybody who got a sub.